Everyone wants the real answer to one question. What is the actual GTA 6 map size? Here's all the fact we know thus far. Lock this in first. GTA 6 drops the 19th of November 2026 on PS5 and Xbox Series. Rockstar has still not dropped one clean number for the map. No square mileage chart. No press release with hard data. Everything you have heard is a leak, a trailer breakdown, or a fan project built from clues. That is the foundation of this whole video, so keep it in mind before you believe any number you see online. The game is set in the state of Leonida, Rockstar's version of Florida, with Vice City, Rockstar's version of Miami, sitting inside it. The GTA 6 Vice City map is the beating heart of the whole game, but it is far from the only turf you will be rolling through once you touch down. Size only means something when you have a comparison point, so rewind to GTA 5 for a second. Los Santos and Blaine County covered roughly 49 square miles once you count land and water together. For over a decade, that map was the gold standard. Every open-world game got measured against it. GTA 6 had one job walking in the door: beat that number, or at least come close enough to still feel like a real upgrade after 13 years of waiting. So, how do we know the GTA 6 map size actually beats GTA 5? Truth is, we do not know for certain. Not yet. What we have instead is a massive community mapping project, where dedicated fans took every trailer, every leaked screenshot, and every camera angle since 2022 and lined up landmarks, road lengths, and coastlines frame by frame. This turned into one of the biggest side quests in gaming history, and it happened before the game even launched. From all that grinding, one range keeps popping up again and again. Fans estimate the GTA 6 map size lands somewhere between 2.1 and 2.6 times bigger than GTA 5, while other calculations push that as high as 2.4 to 2.7 times bigger. Some number crunchers push even further, claiming the full map with every region stitched together could reach 125 square kilometers or more. That is a wide range, and the gap between estimates tells you something important. Nobody has the final answer yet. Rockstar has not confirmed a single figure, and until they do, treat every number as an educated guess dressed up as fact. Why such a wide gap between estimates? Two reasons, and both matter. First, some fans only measure the core landmass, while others count a rumored northern panhandle that may or may not even be a real drivable zone. Second, every leak gets pulled from footage that was never built to show the whole map at once. Trailers get cut for hype, not for cartography. Fans are basically doing detective work with incomplete evidence, piecing together a puzzle where half the pieces are missing. That is exactly why the numbers shift depending on who you ask. And honestly, some of the wilder claims floating around might just be cap. Let's put 125 square kilometers into real terms, because raw numbers alone do not mean much without something to hold them next to. That figure would make the GTA 6 map size roughly close to the entire land area of a mid-sized real-world city, packed with beaches, swamps, highways, and neighborhoods instead of just office buildings. For comparison, Red Dead Redemption 2, one of Rockstar's own past open worlds, covered close to 75 square kilometers. If the higher-end GTA 6 estimates hold up, this map would blow right past that older release too, not just GTA 5. That is the kind of jump that turns heads even among fans who thought they had seen every big open-world Rockstar could cook up. Now let's talk regions, because size without content is just empty road, and nobody wants a map that is all filler and no killer. The GTA 6 map is confirmed to include several distinct zones inside Leonida: Vice City at the center, the Leonida Keys to the south, the swamp region of Grassrivers to the west, and the working-class coastal town of Port Gellhorn. Beyond those four, the leaks start getting messy. Some sources point to a region called Ambrosia and a mountain zone named Mount Caliga. Other leaks list completely different names, like Hamlet and Kelly County. This is where you have to use your head instead of just believing the first thread you scroll past. Nothing here has been locked down by Rockstar directly. Different mapping crews have pulled different names from different sources, and until an official map drops, treat every region name outside Vice City, the Leonida Keys, Grassrivers, and Port Gellhorn as still unconfirmed. One detail almost every single leak agrees on, though. There is a big lake sitting dead in the middle of the state, nicknamed Lake Leonida by the fan community. It works as a landmark that ties every region together, giving players a natural center point the same way big water breaks used to split up older GTA maps into separate zones. Here is where things get wild. There is chatter about a whole separate state called Gloriana, styled after real-life Georgia, hinted at through license plates and dialogue lines, but do not get it twisted. Nothing suggests Gloriana is a place you can actually drive to at launch. It is more likely a background detail, a joke on a plate, a mention in a radio ad you catch while cruising for a job. Rockstar loves building a world that feels bigger than what you can actually touch. GTA 5 mentioned Liberty City and other states without ever letting players visit them. Gloriana is shaping up to be the same kind of Easter egg. Flavor text dressed up as a mystery, not a real chunk of the GTA 6 map size. Now rewind further back to where this whole map size story actually started. Early leaks from years ago described a project codenamed Project Americas, rumored to stretch across both North and South America before Rockstar scaled the plan back after facing heavy criticism over crunch culture, the brutal overtime grind that burned out staff on past titles and turned into a real controversy for the studio. Instead of chasing an impossible map that spans 2 continents, Rockstar narrowed the focus down to one state, Leonida, and poured the budget into making that one state deeper instead of wider. And that budget is not small talk. And before you click away, if you've ever thought about starting your own GTA channel but don't want to show your face, I put together a full blueprint that breaks down exactly how to do it. Scan the QR code now to grab it. Everything you need from niche, content strategy, tools, it's all in there. Reports put GTA 6's development cost somewhere between $1 billion and $1.5 billion, numbers that would sound made up in any other industry. That kind of cash does not just buy more land to drive on. It buys density. It buys draw distance, meaning how far you can see into the world before things start looking blurry or vanish completely. Fans have already lost their minds over this in the trailers, pointing out that cars, road signs, and lampposts stay sharp and detailed even far off in the distance. That single detail changes how big the map feels while you are actually playing it, even before anyone talks raw square footage. That leads to a real argument happening across the community right now. Some players say raw size does not even matter anymore in a world of fast cars and jets, since a map that can be crossed in under a minute starts to feel small no matter how big it actually is. A map 10 times the size of GTA 5 could feel tiny if travel is instant and frictionless, turning every mile into a blur out the window. Other fans push back hard on this, saying draw distance and detail matter just as much as square miles, because a smaller but denser world packed with hundreds of enterable buildings will always feel more alive than an empty stretch of highway with nothing to do. Think about how this plays out in an actual job gone wrong. In GTA 5, once your wanted level spiked, you had a limited amount of turf to lose the cops in before you hit the edge of the map or ran out of cover. A bigger GTA 6 map size means more backroads through Grassrivers to duck into, more alleys inside Vice City to cut through, and more open swampland to disappear across if the heat gets too hot to handle. Scale is not just about looking impressive in a trailer. It changes how missions play out, how chases end, and how far you can run before the game finally catches up to you. Picture a heist gone sideways in downtown Vice City. In a smaller map, you would be cornered in minutes. In a map stretching across multiple regions, you have real options. Ditch the ride in the Keys, lay low in Grassrivers, or hop a boat and vanish into the swamp until your wanted level cools off. That number, 700 plus interiors, is one of the most repeated claims tied to this game. Nightclubs, motels, pawn shops, gun stores, fast food spots, and even a Vice City metro station are all rumored to be enterable spaces you can actually walk into. If that number holds up, it changes the whole meaning behind the GTA 6 map size conversation. It stops being just about how far you can drive in a straight line. It becomes about how much of that drive you can actually step inside of, rob, chill in, or use to build your empire from the ground up. There is also the online side of this to think about. Since GTA Online turned a single-player map into a full-blown empire-building playground for years after GTA 5 launched. A bigger GTA 6 map size sets up more room for player businesses, more turf to fight over with other crews, and more space to spread out the chaos once 32 players are all loose on the same map at once. Rockstar clearly built this world with online expansion in mind from day one, not just a single story mode that gets finished and shelved. Every extra square mile of Leonida is basically real estate waiting to be turned into a business, a stash house, or a spot to run product without another crew rolling up on your turf. One more piece before we wrap this whole thing up. Rockstar has hinted the map will not stay frozen after release day. Reports suggest a live service style plan where new missions and even new cities get added over time after the 19th of November 2026 launch. That means the GTA 6 map size you get on day one might not be the final size at all. Just like other massive live games have grown their maps for years after launch, Leonida could keep expanding, adding new turf for players to claim long after the credits roll on the main story. So here is exactly where things sit right now. There is no official number from Rockstar. There is a community-built estimate landing somewhere between 2.1x and 2.7x the size of GTA 5, with some claims stretching all the way to 125 square kilometers. 4 regions are locked in as confirmed: Vice City, the Leonida Keys, Grassrivers, and Port Gellhorn, tied together by a lake sitting dead in the middle, while several other region names are still up for debate depending on which leak you trust. There is a rumored second state called Gloriana that is almost certainly just flavor text and not a real destination you can drive to. There is a development budget north of $1 billion aimed squarely at density over raw distance, and a promise, still unproven, that this map keeps growing long after the game actually ships.